just about 10 miles northeast of Concord, the state capital, where today the NASCAR Busch North Series will make its first of 3 visits in its 19-race schedule to the Magic Mile. Let's go trackside to the editor of Speedway Illustrated, Dick Berggren.
Thanks, Mike. Paul Wolfe, a 25-year-old racer, is going to be starting on the outside pole today. What's so unusual about that? Today is the 25th time he will ever start a stock car race. With that little bit of experience, can you reasonably expect to win this race, Paul?
Well, I think so. As good as the Scott Product Chevrolet's been running all weekend, you know, I do lack in experience, but I don't think anybody wants to win this race more than I do. So things go our way, I think we got a shot at it.
All right, good luck. To Matt Yoakum.
Dick, two-time New Hampshire International Speedway winner Andy Santerre qualifies 26th. The reason? He had the flu. Andy, you're starting in the back. How do you feel now, and can this car go to the front?
Well, Matt, I sure hope we can go to the front. I've got a good race car here with this Les Kitchens Castle Chemical Chevy, and my guys have done a great job. Yesterday was real tough on me. I was really sick all day long and ended up way back here, but we're pretty optimistic. I think we can get up there, maybe hang around the top 5, maybe even win this thing. We're going to try as hard as we can.
Why is he optimistic? The last time he qualified this bad was 22nd. He finished 2nd.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Loudon, New Hampshire. Mike Joy with Larry McReynolds and Jeff Hammond as the NASCAR Busch Series makes its first of 3 visits here this season. And Larry, they're seeing what is essentially, well, around the walls, it's the same 1-mile New Hampshire International Speedway, but otherwise, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, we've been racing here since 1990. It's always been one same degree of slope, about 8 to 9 degrees from the bottom of the apron all the way up to the wall. What they did, they come in there about the bottom 15 feet, and they went down to the apron, and they filled that in. Now that is about 3 to 5 degrees. The top of the racetrack is still around 8 to 10 degrees, and then the apron's below that. The thing it's done, I believe it's given us 2 grooves of racing, but restarts could be tricky.
Makes it tough on crew chiefs, though.
It really does, Mike. But the biggest thing here today is trying to figure out this new tire. They're running Goodyear tires for the first time in this division. A new challenge to them because they got to figure out what kind of gears they need to run around this racetrack. Another thing that these guys normally don't have to mess with, and as you talked about earlier, they run here 3 times, and it's the biggest racetrack they run on all year long.
All right, let's go trackside for the command.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the start-finish line and our Grand Marshal for the Busch 125, Mr. Tom Brown.
Drivers, start your engines!
And so the command is given to fire the engines of the NASCAR Busch North Series, and we get ready to go racing for 125 laps. We ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please move away from the fence.
Set to go here at Loudon, New Hampshire. There's Kelly Moore, perennial front runner, who will start from the front row. Green flag when we come back. You're watching the NASCAR Busch North Series on the Speed Chimp.
Sure, you like NASCAR, but have you got it bad? In slow traffic, you make sure to keep your tires warm. Do you take every opportunity to celebrate the name of your favorite driver? Come on. How bad have you got it?
How long does Bounce Freshness last?
4 days and days, the freshness keeps going. A wonderful feeling with every new day. As time rolls along, the freshness goes on. Day after day after day after day.
Bounce's unique time-release freshness goes on, freshening for days.
Long-lasting freshness, day after day.
Bounce, the start of something fresh.
Doesn't it feel good to make that fresh feeling stay?
Nothing outperforms new Mobil 1.
Dad, you gotta love racing.
Son, you gotta love fishing. Nothing like a fishing rod.
Nothing like a hot rod.
Can't we agree on anything? How about my bug flector? Helps deflect bugs and stones.
Keeps your truck looking new. That's true. And Dad, you know, Vent Visor lets you crack your window to keep you dry in the rain.
And cool in the heat. See, we can't agree. Now, boy, this is looking good.
I think this looks a lot better.
Auto Vent Shade products. Here for the adventure called life.
Welcome back to Loudon, New Hampshire. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's 125-mile Busch North Series race. Kelly Moore on pole from Scarborough, Maine. Paul Wolf from Milford, New York, 2 Chevys. Dale Quarterly and Matt Kobaluk, both in Chevrolets. Denny Doyle and Greg Schaefer in Chevys, the 3rd row. New Hampshire's Jamie Obey, former champ with Martin Truex Jr. in Chevys. Brian Wall, the first Ford in the field. And Brad Layton, a 2-time champ. Mike Rowe and Mike Gallo from Maine. Dennis Demers from Vermont. Byron Chu from Long Island. Robbie Harrison from Maine and Eddie McDonald from Massachusetts. New Jersey's Joey McCarthy with Scott Booley from Connecticut in the 9th row. Mike Johnson from Massachusetts with Mike Olson, the defending series champ from New Hampshire. Travis Benjamin from Maine and Richard Jarvis Jr. from Maryland. Bill Penfold and Andy Santerre from the state of Maine. A couple of New Yorkers. Doug Carpata and John Cerbone. Former champ Dave Dion from New Hampshire and Dave Davis racing out of Denver, North Carolina. Gary Shackford from New Hampshire and Bob Brunel from New York. Carrie Heath, the only woman driver in the field, from Maine, and Kip Stockwell from Vermont. Dale Shaw from New Hampshire and Tracy Gordon from Maine both had their qualifying times disqualified. Their fuel did not meet NASCAR specification. In this series, you do have a choice of what brand fuel to run. They flunked tech. They'll start in the back. We're set to go for 125 laps with at least a pit stop.
At least one pit stop. This race for a long time was 100 laps. Problem was everybody could do it without a pit stop. Now we're 95 to 100 laps, so we know everybody will have to make at least one pit stop for fuel.
And tires will be a bit of a question. As Jeff mentioned, it's a new tire, and the tire rule is each team has only 8 tires at their disposal, 4 on the car and 4 in the pit. On a yellow flag stop, they can change no more than 2 tires. We've seen this rule before in the NASCAR Busch Series. But during that same caution flag, they can come back and change 2 more.
And that right there is a kind of balanced playing field between all the competitors. You know, 2 tire changes obviously easier than a 4 tire change, so they feel like that's the best way to do it.
And Jeff, you mentioned this is the first time they've run the Goodyear tire here. This is a bias ply tire. It is not a radial tire. A lot of people ask, what is the question in a Busch North car and a car that runs in the Busch Series? The cars are essentially the same. The only difference is the engine. They run 9-to-1 compression, where Busch cars run 12-to-1, and these cars are 200 pounds lighter, 3,100 versus 3,300 on a Busch car.
And the length of this racetrack is 1.058 miles, Larry, with the banking being like 12 degrees in the corners and 2 degrees down the back in the straightaways. And the front and back stretch are both 1,500 foot long. Long straightaways have an opportunity to kind of like hang out RPM we talk about a lot of times. And that can be very, very disastrous for engines if you don't have them built right.
But just remember, the banking in the corners, 12 degrees in the top 2/3 of the corner. It's about 4 to 5 degrees right in that area at the bottom where the race cars will be running a lot.
Earlier today, Bobby Hamilton Jr. won the NASCAR Busch Series race here, his first victory, and the track's 16th different winner in 16 Busch races. This track does not favor repeat winners. And as we mentioned, a new track configuration for these teams to wrestle with. We're set to go for 125.
Pace car is off. Get ready to come to the green flag.
Kelly Moore and Paul Wolf lead them down, and we're under green at New Hampshire.
I think even though we have a different transition in the corner, they'll still be trying to get to the bottom of the racetrack.
Wolf just powers by Kelly on the outside right there. Head back down the straightaway, back straightaway. It really looked like a strong power move right there through the middle of 1 and 2.
Wolf wanted to lead that first lap. He's going to get his wish. Kelly Moore, on the other hand, a very experienced veteran of this series. He knows lap 1 doesn't pay anything.
No, I actually talked to Kelly Moore earlier this morning, and he was talking about the wear of the new tires. And you need to be kind of careful because this racetrack is really wearing them out quite quickly. So you got to be careful not to abuse that right side tires too early today.
Dick Bergeron with more.
Mike, that was a great point on Kelly Moore. I asked him just that this morning. I said, do you want to lead that first lap? He said, I've already done what I need to do, and that is win the pole. The only other thing I care about, said Kelly Moore, is winning the race and leading the last lap. He's a veteran.
You know, one thing I like about the Busch tire, and it's been a long time since we run Busch tires on the Winston Cup and Busch cars, but you see these cars slide around just a little bit. The Busch tire is just a little more forgiving, but the big difference in the Busch tire is when they grow with air pressure, they'll change in size, where the radial tire will only change in tire rate or spring rate, won't change in size.
We like to call that stagger. And at one time, that was one of the crew chief's biggest friends as far as trying to make your race car work.
Martin Truex Jr. there, 56, moved up on Denny Doyle, taking the spot away. Now here's Tracy Gordon, 14, trying to come from the back, along with Dale Shaw in the 60. But up front for the lead, Kelly Moore to the inside. You saw Paul Wolf wiggle off the corner, and Moore is trying to capitalize. Whoa, hang on.
It was easy.
It's early, boys. We only on lap 3.
They still beating and banging as they come off of turn 4. Wolf does not want to relinquish the lead, and Kelly wants it bad.
I believe he's going to take the position and get down into turn 1.
Kelly Moore didn't need to lead the first lap, but saw Wolf having a little trouble in the corner. Wanted to get past before Dale Quarterly got to his rear bumper. Smoker down the front straightaway, number 7, Bob Brunel from Peru, New York. Smoking in the right front. There's why.
Got a flat
right front tire. And because this is a 1 mile or smaller racetrack, they do not run the inner shield, the safety liner on the tire. And the problem, you see those sparks, what's probably dragging right there, which causes a real problem, especially as far as he has to come around, is that sway bar arm. He's rubbing that sway bar arm that connects the sway bar to the right front.
5th place battle, Greg Schaefer in the 99 and 56, still on the move. Martin Truex Jr., who had a brief drive in the James Finch number 1 in the Busch Series race earlier. Mechanical trouble put them behind the wall.
The 9-to-1 compression, they won't turn these motors quite as many RPMs as you will with the 12-to-1. They'll only like to turn them about 8,200 or 8,400 RPMs, where 12-to-1 in the Busch Series, they'll turn them about 8,900 or 9,000.
Now, because these engines don't have as much compression, they don't get as much compression braking when you let off the throttle going in the corner. Is it harder on brakes with the 9-to-1 motors?
There's no question. I mean, Loudon is hard on brakes anyhow. I don't think people realize these straightaways are so long and the corners are so flat. You use a lot of brake, but absolutely less compression will cause you to use more brake.
Jeff, that Truex car, that 56, picking him up, putting him down.
He really is. I think he'd been up on top of the truck watching young Bobby Hamilton Jr. earlier today, because his car looks a lot like that. It's really getting a good bite from the middle off, and he's driving off nice and straight and gaining ground on the number 4 man. And I believe Dick Bergeron's got some more.
Truex is a really interesting story. His dad is a winner here, and Truex is a winner here as well. The family business, believe it or not, fishing for clams. If you eat clam chowder, the great probability is that you have eaten clams that the Truex family has dug up off the coast of New Jersey. They supply most of the clams in America's clam chowder. That's how they can afford these race cars.
That's a lot of clams. Any way you cut it. Kelly Moore is out in front after 8 of 125 laps. Paul Wolf, the surprise outside pole sitter, running in 2nd. Veteran Dale Quarterly 3rd, and Matt Kobaluk 4th.
It's what you want, it's what you need, it's everything you ever dreamed. It's where you wanna go.
St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Florida's beach.
After 23 hours on the edge of your seat,
I'm running out of time. I'm going in to get her now.
the most thrilling hour will be the last.
On your knees. Do it!
The 24 season finale. Tuesday on Fox.
Boy, today was a real roller coaster. Started out good enough, little tech rally here, some large cap action there. By 11, we're in a full-fledged rally, and I am one very happy bovine. Then, out of nowhere, this institutional fund starts selling, and like that, it's all over. Everyone's yelling, everyone's selling. Next thing I know, we're in a, well, let's call it a pre-rally decline. By the closing bell, not only has the market given back all its gains, but we're down like 2 points. I do hope you're happy.
Did you say something?
No matter how fast the markets move, Ameritrade Advantage can give you an edge. Real-time streaming quotes, level 2 quotes, and current time and sales information all on one page. And you can trade from the same page. Open a cash account with $1,000 and get a $50 cash bonus and 5 internet equity trades commission-free. Go to Ameritrade.com.
Did I tell you today was a real roller coaster?
Number 32, Dale Quarterly, the former motorcycle road racer from Massachusetts, is making this a 3-horse race after 10 laps.
He has definitely been coming on this front too. The last 2 or 3 laps especially. Look there, right down to the bottom of the racetrack. His car is getting a good bite. He gave up a little bit on the exit of turn 2 right here, but he was able to turn it down the bottom of turn 1 and 2, right in the center.
Dave Dion, the great pumpkin. Berlin City Continental Paving, number 29. Almost his whole career spent in a Ford, racing for his family race team. Former champion of the North Series, doesn't run the whole circuit anymore, picks and chooses his races, but is always still a fan favorite and contender. And look at who's caught him. Tracy Gordon in that number 14 started tail end because of his qualifying run being disqualified.
We got a motor in the front stretch. Whoa, that's number 41.
Oh, he went get up the wall easy.
Yeah,
he still does.
Got in his own oil, I believe, Jeff.
Yes, he did. Couldn't keep it out of there.
Caution is on the Speedway.
And flames under the hood. Just something let go in a big way for Joey McCarthy. And that's the first caution of this race.
I think it's safe to say we won't see any of the leaders come to pit road. Again, a 125 lap race. We heard they could go about 105 laps on fuel. Most of the crew chiefs told me they'd love to see a caution about lap 40 to 60. They don't want to go too deep into the race before having to put those tires, but especially that fuel in.
Well, let's just speculate a little here. We're 12 laps into this race, and we know we're going to have a bit of a lengthy cleanup for McCarthy's engine. Would you gamble?
Well, I think the problem is with this new Goodyear tire here, they're seeing some wear. Normally they have a 2-tire rule here. You can only change 2 tires. But because they've been seeing left front wear, they decided to make a 4-tire rule because their left front tire has been wearing from people running excessive camber. More camber in the left front makes that car turn.
Exactly right, and that's one of the things you got to worry about right now is that all these teams are working really hard to try to understand this configuration with the Goodyear tire, and so they've done a couple of things a little different, and they would like to go about midway through the race to be able to have an opportunity to put on 4 fresh tires and finish the race up.
All right, let's see what happened to the trim spa Manning's USA Chevy of Joey McCarthy as he came down the front straightaway. Who's that behind him? Dale Shaw right behind him. It's a windshield full of smoke.
He is driving her like she's on dirt right there, boys, and then
you know what I saw there, Jeff?
Locked the front brakes up.
Exactly.
Got him in the wall.
And when those brakes are locked, steering becomes difficult.
Yes.
But I tell you, Dale Shaw was very lucky he didn't get into this oil as well.
Tracy Gordon pitting, and so is the 93 of Travis Benjamin.
Well, one thing about Tracy's car, I noticed he moved up very quickly as we see sparks erupt underneath the 41 car, but Tracy was moving up. And last 5 or 6 laps, he had lost a few positions. I wonder if he's working on the car right now. And I do see him make an adjustment, look like to the track bar.
Now, adjustments on Tracy Gordon and Benjamin. And Gordon also topped off on fuel.
Well, you're going to come to pit road, make adjustments. Sure. You might as well top off the fuel.
Take advantage of it.
Just buys you that many more laps toward the end. And as you said, Mike, I mean, fuel-wise, if we run enough cautions here, you know, you might could stretch it and make it. The problem's going to be where your tires make it.
Huh. So Gordon and Benjamin go out, rejoin the field at the tail end. Kelly Moore has led not all 14 laps. Paul Wolf led 4 laps before Moore got past him.
And one thing we might want to point out here is this particular division, or nobody, I should say, in any division, has been up here to test here at Loudon since the reconfiguration. So a lot of unknowns are still yet to be played out as far as the tires are concerned, exactly how everything's going to work here today. And I think that's one reason why a lot of crew chiefs would like to see another caution or an opportunity to get tires on this thing about lap 50 to 60 right now.
A lot of speedy dry going down, and McCarthy's car has come to a halt in the backstretch where he's getting a little help. So we're going to have a little bit of cleanup here.
And Mike, if there is a benefit right now where that car's come to rest, he dumped most of the oil, it looked like, up against the outside wall going into turn 1 and through 1 and 2 up high. So fortunately it's up out of the groove.
That's what we're seeing right now, Jeff, is where that trail of oil is.
Let's just talk about what they actually did to the racetrack. This used to be the apron down here, and it was a constant degree from there to the gear, about 8 to 10 degrees. What they did, they filled this in right here. Now when you see this area right here, it's about 15 feet wide. Now that's about 3 to 5 degrees. This is still the old racetrack up here. It's still the 8 to 10 degrees, and then you have the new apron down here.
So a lot of changes here at Loudon, and so far we've seen it's produced pretty good racing in the Busch Series. Earlier today with Bobby Hamilton Jr. getting his first ever win. Tracy Gordon came in and was one of the few cars to make a pit stop under this caution. Dick Berggren.
Yeah, and it's an interesting strategy, Mike. His best finish ever here at New Hampshire is his 7th, and the strategy is going to be don't come in for the rest of this race no matter what. They are planning to go the entire 100 laps on one set of tires, and they hope the fuel is going to go the distance as well. Track position, they're thinking that's going to be the key to success today.
Now, Mike, did I see you down there talking to that group of guys today? Is that where they got that strategy from?
No, not about that. You know, Larry is the fuel mileage. They'd have to be talking to Larry on fuel mileage, not me. Here's the top 10 after 15 laps at Loudon. Veteran Kelly Moore, Paul Wolf, Dale Quarterly, Matt Cobley, Martin Truex Jr. That's your top 5. We're under caution for Joey McCarthy's engine letting loose in the front straightaway all the way through turns 1 and 2.
Well, it's nice to see you all. It really, really is. Isn't it, honey?
Oh, yes. We must do this more often.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Thanks for coming.
Where will you find the money to pay for long-term care? Conseco long-term care insurance protects you so you don't lose your nest egg. Conseco, step up.
It's not for sale.
No.
Some things are just too good to let go of. That's why there's Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. Max Life conditions use seals to help prevent leaks and helps you hold on to your car for a long, long time.
Don't even think about it.
Valvoline Max Life. And for a simple way to keep your tires looking great, use Eagle One Wet Tire Shine.
Wouldn't it be great if you could go beyond the movie? Welcome to Spider-Man, the game. Battle more vicious villains. Master more spider skills. And combat evil high above the city streets. Can you hang with that? Spider-Man, the game. Rated E for everyone.
Hey.
Just went to Circuit City. Pretty big, huh?
Yeah, it's big, but
But what?
well, there's just a little extra space all the way around.
Well, we could always go bigger.
We can go bigger.
You can bring it back. We welcome returns and exchanges with no surprise charges like restocking fees. Circuit City, we're with you.
Honey, it's big enough.
I can still see the light.
Welcome back to Loudon, New Hampshire. The NASCAR Busch North Series has completed 21 of 125 laps. We're set to go back to green, and there have been some caution flag pit stops. Here's Matt.
Mike, one car that hit pit road was Andy Santerre. He had 8 laps of caution to think about what he wanted to do to his race car. First, it was just going to be a wedge adjustment. Then it was wedge, track bar, and air pressure. His car is tight. Then it was going to be 2 tires, air pressure, and wedge. And that's what they finally decided on. They feel like now they can go the distance. His car worked very well on older tires in practice. That's their game plan. They feel like that will take them to their 2nd straight win.
Travis Benjamin, John Cerbone, Bill Penfold, and Tracy Gordon also stopped under this caution.
And now that we're coming to the green lap 22, they can make it on fuel, because these caution laps, remember, it's like 2 caution laps to 1 green lap. So most of those cars that pitted, Andy Santerre, he pretty much made a statement. He's going to the end because he's already put 2 of his tires on.
I think pretty good call on his part right now, the way things are kind of shaping up. Pace car once again is off, and Kelly Moore brings us back to the green.
Quarterly comes past Wolf in the front straightaway. There's a log jam at 3rd. Truex to the inside, takes over 3rd place, and there's smoke from Paul Wolf.
He's starting to lose a lot of positions here.
55, Brad Layton, and Denny Doyle, number 30, underneath Wolf. There's that smoke.
Looks like he got a tire rub on the race.
Yeah, I believe it is a tire rub, Jeff. I don't think it was coming out of the exhaust pipes or from underneath. We'll see it normally when he goes off in the corner right there.
Brad Layton, now Jamie Obey, 67. And Wolf, our outside pole sitter, slides back to 9th as Greg Schaefer goes by.
And I believe he's got more problem than just a tire rub. There's something going on with that car.
I believe that is coming out the exhaust, Jeff. I believe he's got a right side exhaust pipe, and it's almost like when he's off the throttle, it's pouring out the exhaust. Yeah, he continues to lose positions. He's going to have to come to pit road. Yeah, it's pouring out the exhaust right there.
You see him in there where he's waving his hand, letting all the rest of the competitors know, I've got a problem. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of the racetrack and out of harm's way.
So here's how it shakes out up front. This all happened behind Kelly Moore, who has been caught by Martin Truex.
We got a car slow going into turn 3 up against the wall right there.
And that's Mike Rowe from Maine, number 24.
He gets across right. He found him a gap to get down to the bottom of the racetrack where he didn't have to run another lap.
Truex stuffs it into turn 1 and slides up just behind Moore. They've got a little distance on Quarterly, Kovaluk, and Doyle, who bids for 4th. Here's another look.
Just got it right there. He hit that wall hard.
He got up on it.
The 24 of Mike Rowe has come to pit road. They're putting right sides on.
Looks like the 54 car of Paul Wolf, he's going to go to the garage area. It looks like his day is over.
Short day for the outside pole sitter who led the first 4 laps. Meanwhile, Brad Layton and Denny Doyle from Plymouth, Connecticut, fighting there for 5th place.
You know, looking at Brad Layton, he's won this race 5 times. I talked to his crew chief, Brian Latouche, and he told me they take this racetrack so serious. Remember, they run 3 of their 19 races here. They have a car just for this racetrack. It's almost like Winston Cup has a car just for Daytona Talladega. They have a car they only race 3 times a year.
Well, for this series, this is their Daytona.
This is their Daytona, exactly. Biggest racetrack they run.
Kovaluk and Layton fighting, while at the front, Martin Truex Jr. has already had 1 strong try at Kelly Moore. But Moore seems to be a little better in the center of the corner on out. There you see him pick up half a car length as they come off turn 2.
And Mike, we saw that earlier today, that you really need to make your best run, or best time, really get from center out. Center out. Driving in doesn't really help you a whole lot, but getting off is the key.
Leader single file for the moment. Let's get back to the 4th place battle. Here's Quarterly, Kovaluk in the 40, and they've been caught by Layton.
You know, every time I've been up here for one of these Busch North races, Brad Layton, he's doing exactly what I've seen him do before. It's like the longer they run, the better his car gets.
Let's go to the garage and Matt.
Well, Paul Wolf, this is not the way you wanted to see your day end after that great qualifying effort.
No, it definitely wasn't. I mean, the car was so awesome there. I guess on that restart there, I missed the shift, and think we did something to the motor. Not really sure. I just hate it for Scott Products and Heinz. You know, first race on board, and this wasn't the way we wanted it to end.
Now we hear so often about Teddy Christopher, a part-time Busch driver, flying to other races, but you're flying somewhere else. Where are you going now?
Yeah, I'm headed to North Carolina. My brother, he's getting married tonight down in Charlotte, so guess I'll be there a little earlier.
Steve Wolf is a tire changer for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Winston Cup team, Mike.
Thanks, Matt. Up at the front, Kelly Moore has now been joined by not just Truex, but Dale Quarterly.
With Brad Layton close in tow in that 55 car.
Oh, boy. Truex got in the back of Moore. Didn't turn him.
And Layton got a hole shot because everybody checked up and really gained some ground right there as he makes a pass going in for third, coming into third.
He went by Quarterly on the outside.
Yeah.
And just like in the Busch Series race, there's half a dozen cars fighting for the lead.
Layton went to the high side, and he shot across the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to take second position away here from Martin Truex Jr. getting into turn 1.
Whoa, Truex. Oh, he got Truex high in the marbles. Doyle gets into Kovaluk, and Kovaluk's number 40 goes spinning.
Caution as
good save.
Yep. Kovaluk grabs a gear and gets going. You know, both Layton and the 56 got hard into the corner, and Martin just slid up a little too far up into the marbles. His dad on the pit box looking on as Martin Truex Jr. is in the fence at turn 2.
I mean, we have 2 grooves here, but if you get above those 2 grooves, you don't have very much grip in this racetrack.
Don't have very much rear end left on that car.
No, not at all.
That was a hard hit.
Martin was second in both 2001 races here. In July of 2000, he went to victory lane, and he's led 5 of the Busch North races here at Loudon. So his dad climbs down off the pit box, and it looks like they'll have to load that one up.
Now, Jeff, we're a little deeper into this race. We're 34 laps into it, so I have to believe we may see some of our leaders possibly come to pit road now.
To me, if you're going to make track position, you need to do that. Let's take a look at the replay and see exactly what happened there. Brad Layton got under the 56 car, and they got ready to start off the 1 and 2. Again, he just got a little too high right there and got up out of that groove, and around she went.
And there was no contact. It looked like Truex's momentum coming into the corner is what put him that far up the racetrack to try to get off the corner. Let's see.
You can kind of like see those hash marks right there, Mike, and they kind of got up a little bit above them right there. And
there you see definitely no contact.
Nope. Now they're Quarterly, and Kovaluk has to check up. So does Denny Doyle, but it's Kovaluk's number 40 that pays the price, spinning around and grabbing a gear and getting going again.
No contact, I don't think he had with anybody or the wall.
Nope. And Martin Sr., who won the first 9-1 V8 powered Busch North race here, watched it unfold.
And if there is a driver in this field today who knows chassis and how they work, it is Dale Shaw, who builds chassis for several of the drivers in this race against whom he is competing. He had decided to go for 4. He starts in the back of the pack, but don't forget, all the rest of the guys who are in front of him who have not yet pitted will have to pit. Virtually impossible, probably impossible for anybody to go this entire race without stopping at least for fuel. That would then give Shaw track position and at least semi-decent tires.
Yeah, and as Dick Bergen was saying, Dale Shaw does build his own cars, and he's got kind of a unique type chassis there, Larry. I think you'll be familiar with this. It's what I call a front steer, rear steer. Actually has a 1965 type configuration lower control arm with a strut on it, but the steering box is still mounted in the front. And I've run some cars similar to that, the old Banjo style, back in the early 90s. Very successful with it with Darrell Waltrip. And one other thing I wanted to note about these Busch North cars is it's a little different than the Busch South that have been up here earlier today, is these cars are allowed to run quick changes. So it makes it a lot easier for these guys to take cars from this racetrack and that complete chassis setup and go to another racetrack and change gears a little more economically than just having the 9-inch Ford that's mandatory in Busch South.
But that raises the question, if you're going to run Loudon, the fastest track they run, wouldn't you want to run the 9-inch Ford rear for less internal turning resistance than a quick change offers.
Well, there's two things there. One, a quick change is a little bit lighter, and what a place to reduce weight. That's unstrung weight in the rear. Plus, there's a little bit more gear selection with a quick change. And what we mean by quick change, there's a cover on the back, and you just pull the 8 bolts out, change 2 little gears there. With a Ford 9-inch, like all the Winston Cup and Busch cars, you have to change the whole center section. Lot better gear selection and more gear selection with a quick change.
And one other thing you want to add here, a center section for a 9-inch Ford runs you about, let's say, $1,000 to $1,400.
Good
while
point.
the cost of these gear sets are about $200.
Good point. Let's Kelly Moore has led this race since the 5th lap. Let's go to his pit and Dick Bergman.
And his radio chatter is that he's got a very good car, but let's ask his crew chief, Jamie Larfano, how long are you guys going to stay out there, and what are you going to do when you come in?
Well, Dick, this Napa Auto Parts Village Candle Chevrolet has been good all weekend, and our game plan is to stay out till after lap 50 sometime and come get tires. We feel with the tire wear that we saw this weekend that the fresher tires towards the end is going to pay off. So we're in our fuel window, but we're waiting for tires now.
You're going to do 2 or 4?
I think we're going to do 4.
Okay, good luck with it. Kelly Moore leads this event right now.
Brad Layton in second, Dale Quarterly third. All potential winners. Denny Doyle having a good run here in 4th. Jamie Obey, former champ, 5th. 6th is Greg Schaefer, and 7th, Vermont's Dennis Demers.
I think in all fairness, we need to talk about also, since we had a race run here earlier today, it may affect the tire wear less than what we anticipated early on.
The more rubber down on the racetrack, it helps the tire wear. It don't wear as much.
Exactly right. A lot of times you wear a tire the first 100 laps or 200 laps, and next thing you know, the second 200, you won't wear it as much.
85 laps to go. The first 6 drivers have not yet been to pit road. Everyone else has made a stop and taken on at least 2 tires.
So we'll see a pit strategy and track position will play out there as the green flag comes back up again, and Kelly Moore leads him down into turn 1. Brad Layton is looking already to make a move to take the lead.
It's like Brad was trying to trick him. He moved one side, saw the leader move over to the other side, then Brad tried to go to the bottom.
You think that means maybe Kelly Moore is looking in his rearview mirror?
I would say so, but I tell you, Brad Layton has got a strong race car.
Now, I said from 7th on back, everyone, not everyone, but most of the drivers 7th on back made it to the pits for the lead. Layton inside of Moore.
Right around the bottom of 3 and 4, picked up that throttle. He's going to win the drag race down the front stretch here. He'll take the lead getting into turn 1 here at lap 42.
They're all knotted up a little further back. Whoa, 3 wide. Brian Wall on the inside somehow made that work.
Somebody has to give before they get here to turn 3, though.
I don't know. Here's Dave Dion looking low, and they're 3 wide again in the middle of the corner. God.
And that's fresh tires right there on Dave Dion and the 77 cars that make that pass. If you'll notice also, just in front of the 77 is Andy Santerre, the 44, who also just made a pit stop earlier. That's fresher tires.
This is a battle up there for 17th.
Whoa, Kip Stockwell.
Hang on,
Excuse
buddy.
me, it's not Stockwell, it's 92, Doug Krapata. I was about to say Kip Stockwell ran Dale Shaw through 3 different lanes going down into turn 1. Might have owed him one because sure held him up, but now Shaw's made it by. The 7 has gone to the garage. That's Bob Brunel. After coming back on track, Krapata straightens things out. He's okay. And at 12th place, Tracy Gordon continues to improve, and that number 14 battling Robbie Harrison.
Remember, he pitted back on lap 13, but he had to start this race at the tail end of the field.
Up front, Brad Layton has no breathing room. Kelly Moore is all over him. As things continue to run hot and heavy here at New Hampshire International Speedway.
The 2002 Pepsi 400 weekend at Daytona will be better than ever with both Busch and Winston Cup races.
Join me and all of NASCAR's greatest for the best at night racing.
The NASCAR Busch Series is under the lights Friday, July 5th, and the Pepsi 400 is Saturday night, July 6th.
Come see Daytona at the speed of light. It's like nothing else.
The Busch Series Friday night, the Pepsi 400 Saturday night. For tickets, visit our website or call 386-253-RACE.
We believe in family. We believe
in America. We believe in NASCAR.
Green flag, green.
You are watching NASCAR TV, exclusively on the Speed Channel.
Box Wednesday. Will Joey Buttafuoco get body slammed by female wrestler Joni Laurer? Find out. Celebrity Boxing 2, all new. Box Wednesday.
This ordinary-looking bed is the key to a restful night's sleep. Even though it may look like an ordinary mattress, it's more comfortable than you can ever imagine. Introducing the Nautilus Sleep System. Nautilus uses variable support chambers designed to let you control the comfort on your side of the bed. Individual remote controls allow you to increase or decrease the firmness on your side of the bed, so you can have that feather soft feel and your spouse can get the extra firm support he or she has always wanted. Features like a wool blend pillow top for winter, a silk blend pillow top for summer, and our unique comfort layer make Nautilus the choice for a great night's sleep. It's time you feel the instant comfort of Nautilus with no money down and payments as low as $30 a month. Try Nautilus in your home. We guarantee the best sleep you've had in years. If you're not completely satisfied within 12 weeks, return it for a full refund of the purchase price. Call now for your free video and brochure and discover instant comfort with the Nautilus Sleep System.
2 car lengths separate Brad Layton from Kelly Moore. Layton the leader. Moore trying to keep things very close. And it's about 4 more car lengths back to the 3rd and 4th place battle. Quarterly and Denny Doyle. Right there. 5th and closing, Greg Schaefer, 99. 6th, 67, Jamie Obie. And 7th, Dennis Demers, for 86. Then Mike Olson, the defending champion. Then Matt Kobaluk recovered from his spin and is still on the lead lap. Denny Doyle having one of his best runs at New Hampshire in the number 30. He's presently 4th, right behind Dale Quarterly. Here's Matt.
And Mike making his first start this season, skipping Lee. Currently riding, like you mentioned, in the 4th position is crew chief Ron Bevins, is also spotting high on top of the grandstands. During the last caution, they were talking back and forth, Denny and Ron. Denny saying the car is loose on entry. They're going to make a track bar adjustment and change right side tires. They're going to try to pit on the next caution.
A family racing team in Western Connecticut. Denny and his dad and some longtime supporters and crew members.
If he's loose getting in the corner, what they're probably going to do, Jeff, is they're going to lower that track bar in the rear on the right rear only, and that lowers the roll center. It'll tighten that car up, won't make it quite as loose getting in the corner. But if you're not careful, it can hurt the exit of the corner, make it too tight on the exit.
Yeah, you really need to have good communication between the crew chief and the driver at that time so you can make the right adjustment. And what we're hearing right now, he needs about 2 rounds to get the car where he thinks it needs to be. So it'll be very interesting to see if those changes fixes his problem.
And that's moving at about a ½ inch every round is a ¼ inch movement.
So Doyle tracking Quarterly, who's also had some real good success here at New Hampshire. Now Dale Shaw made that stop, got those 4 tires, but he's had no luck with Mike Johnson. They're moving their way along, but not so much gaining positions. Shaw, who builds his own chassis, while the car just in front of him, the 96 of Johnson. That's pretty much a Roush customer operation right there.
Yeah, it
Mike
really
Johnson.
is. It's a lot of his help from Roush Racing as far as the engine and stuff like that concerned. Right now, it looks to me like the 23 car also, Mike, has gotten a problem coming down the front straight and starting to smoke.
Robbie Harrison. Going down to the track apron, we will stay green. Tracy Gordon continues to pick him off, though. He's one fellow who made the early stop and continues to gain. He's up to 12. And now he's all over Eddie McDonald. McDonald has had a great pro stock career, moves up to Busch North. His family owns the Lee, New Hampshire Speedway, a tough high bank 3rd mile that races on Friday nights.
That's where the first Busch North race was, I think, earlier this year that Andy Santerre won.
That's right. Yep, they traditionally host the opener for this series.
Tracy Gordon has a good race car. He's going to just drive underneath the 17 car of Eddie McDonald. That'll move him into 11th place.
Both Gordon and Dale Shaw started at the back of this field because I talked to both drivers this morning. The fuel they were supplied did not meet NASCAR specification. There are at least 4 brands of fuel in use. It's not a mandated fuel series like Winston Cup or the Busch series. So you have 76, Sunoco, Power Mist, and VP, which was Gordon's and Shaw's fuel. They're on 76 after their fuel was confiscated for not passing tech.
And NASCAR has a way of checking that fuel right there on their inspection truck.
Correct. The left front was down on Harrison's car, so he has replaced that and come back on track. 53 of 125 laps. Brad Layton stretching it out a little bit over Kelly Moore. Dale Quarterly in 3rd. Denny Doyle in 4th.
BMW Z3 Roadster with full maintenance for 3 years. Visit your local BMW center for an exceptional lease on the Z3.
Dad, you gotta love racing.
Son, you gotta love fishing. Nothing like a fishing rod.
Nothing like a hot rod.
Can't we agree on anything? How about my bug flector? Helps deflect bugs and stones.
Keeps your truck looking new. That's true. And Dad, you know, Vent Visor lets you crack your window to keep you dry in the rain.
And cool in the heat. See, we can't agree. Now, boy, this is looking good.
I think this looks a lot better.
Auto Vent Shade products. Here for the adventure called life.
With the new Freedom V-twin engine and 25% more power, the 2002 Victory motorcycles challenge all other cruisers. Anytime, anywhere. Take the Freedom Challenge. See your Victory dealer for a test ride and get a free t-shirt.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? Now, through Matrix Direct, a 35-year-old man could get $250,000 coverage for less than $15 a month. Guaranteed for 10 years from a respected insurer, Protective Life. A 42-year-old man could get $200,000 coverage for less than $18 a month. Call for a fast, free quote over the phone. Matrix Direct, 1-800-390-3016.
The Rally of Argentina. Your car better be tough. Your car better be fast. And your car better be waterproof. The World Rally Championship, Rally of Argentina, tonight at 11, only on Speed.
At Loudon, New Hampshire, Brad Layton and Kelly Moore lead the field. Kelly Moore has 4 wins here and 5 runner-up finishes. He has 21 victories overall in his 15 seasons and is the 95 champion, while Brad Layton has 5 victories here in 22 starts, 11 top 5, 16 top 10s, and also a former champion, multi-time champion of this series.
One thing about Kelly Moore's car, I was talking to him earlier this morning, he's got Jack Tant power up it. I think a lot of folks who followed racing for many years remember Jack Tant. He's built a lot of great engines in his career for a lot of champions and a lot of race winners.
You notice a lot of these cars, when they back off the throttle down in the corner, you'll almost see fire or flames come out the exhaust. But that lower compression, that's just raw fuel running down to the exhaust pipe. The minute they pick the throttle back up, it burns itself out.
Matt Kobaluk in the number 40 moves past Mike Olson. Kobaluk was spun out of 3rd place in that chain reaction collision at turn 2 when Truex ended up in the wall and out of the race. Olson, champion of this series. And an interesting note on Mike, his grandfather, Stub Fadden, a longtime mainstay of this season, and for a couple of seasons they actually got to race together as teammates.
How about that?
Stub Fadden and his grandson Mike Olson.
You know, I've been watching our 2 leaders, Brad Layton and Kelly Moore. Kelly Moore, the last 4 or 5 laps, he's been reeling in Brad Layton just ever so slightly, just a little bit. They kind of stabilized for about 10 laps. The last 4 or 5 laps, Kelly Moore starting to reel him in just a little bit.
Now I've been trying to keep an eye on Dale Shaw back here in the back of the pack. And he had fought with Mr. Johnson there for a little bit, trying to get by him, and he's finally got by him, and now he's already moved up about 2 more positions. He's up in the like 15th position.
And right with him, Andy Santerre, who also stopped on this caution. Here's Santerre battling the 0 of Yarmouth, Maine's Bill Penfold, and Thomaston, Connecticut's Scott Booley in the 26.
We're at lap 59, and of our leaders now, should we get a caution, that's when you expect all of them to come to pit road. Now, the problem would be, if we don't get another caution, will they be forced to make that green flag stop, or will they gamble to see if they can make it with the 21 caution laps that we've run? A green flag stop here, those 45 miles an hour down this long pit road, it's going to cost you at least a lap or better.
Long odds, I think, Larry, on running the whole distance without a stop.
It's hard to imagine. Again, as these tires wear down, the cars start sliding around a little more. That's when they sometimes start sliding into each other.
There's Tracy Gordon going by just ahead of this battle. And back up front, Brad Layton and Kelly Moore separated by just 3/4 of a second. Dick?
Just before Brad Layton passed Kelly Moore for the lead, he got on the radio and he told his crew that Layton is so strong that if they're to win this race, they're going to have to win it on pit road. And indeed, that's just the way things are shaping up. The pit stop that everybody is anticipating could well determine the difference between winning and losing this afternoon. 2 great cars up there in first and second. We'll see how great the crews are in a few moments.
Whoa, Danny Doyle, hang on. Lost the car on the bottom of the racetrack as Dale Quarterly was outside him. Tossed it, caught it, tossed it, and fortunately caught it again.
It was about to be big.
Yes.
And Mike, I tell you what, I don't think anybody could have done that a year ago at this racetrack if they hadn't had this added little apron area. And how
Turn 2. One car spins against the fence.
There's the caution. Caution is out.
Exactly at halfway in this race. I believe that's Dave Davis in 08.
It is Dave Davis.
So Billy Ryder waves the caution over this one at halfway. Second caution of the day comes out on lap 63 for Dave Davis's spin. So who will pit and who will stay out? We'll find out when we come back to Loudon, New Hampshire on the Speed Channel.
I know a great shortcut up ahead. All I have to do is turn left and I'm home 15 minutes faster, all downhill. Yeah, I know a great shortcut, but I'm not going to take it.
New Dr. Scholl's Advantage Powerwalk insoles are the only insoles with a soft gel system and flexible matrix arch specifically designed for the way a walker strides.
Like I said, no shortcuts.
New Dr. Scholl's Advantage Powerwalk insoles.
Look, feel, do better.
Formula One lives on speed. The cars, works of art and marvels of engineering. The drivers, superstars, and rocket men. From Australia to Brazil, Canada to Malaysia.
Checkered flag is out.
Speed Channel takes you around the world with live coverage of Formula One. The beauty of man and machine. The thrill of open-wheel battle. Formula One, the Monaco Grand Prix. Practice live Thursday, 7 a.m. only on Speed. The Star Super PAC means movies. #1 in new hit movies. The best movie value on DirecTV. Over 600 movies each month on 12 different movie channels, all for just $12 or less a month. Nobody gives you the choice. Nobody gives you the value. No other movie package gives you more new hit movies than the Star Super PAC. Call 1-800-DIRECTV. Get the best movie value on DirecTV with the Star Super PAC.
Hey, Peyton, you're up. Hey, Peyton.
Attention, please. All guests are invited to the bikini contest, now taking place in the pool area.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Be prepared. Order now and save $20 off the regular season price.
This is the third caution of the day. First one for Joey McCarthy's engine, the second for Martin Truex Jr.'s spin, and now Dave Davis has spun in turn 2. The cars that took the restart in positions 1 through 6 have not yet stopped. I don't know, pretty safe to assume they will.
If you're going to make your play, now's the time to do it. So if Kelly Moore and Brad Layton have got a game plan of making a pit stop around halfway, they'll be coming down pit road. If not, then they're going to be trying to win this thing with fuel mileage.
If they don't come down pit road now, you know what their game plan is. And here they come, though.
Pit board signs out for Denny Doyle as well. Dale Quarterly. And all the leaders are coming in. Tracy Gordon will probably go to the top of the line, staying out.
And he was running in 10th in the 14 car.
Matt?
Danny Doyle makes his ways to his pit stall. In conversation with his crew, he said he needed most help up off the corner. He was just too tight. They were going to adjust his car with air pressure in the right rear tire. They're going to, what Jeff was talking about, they're going to work on the stagger. They were also talking about a wedge adjustment. Have not seen the wrench go in. Yes, the wrench is going in now to Dick Bergeron.
Brad Layton is the first out. He has taken tires on the right side of his car. Kelly Moore still in the pits. Dale Quarterly is going to head out second. Moore is going to be the third car off pit road. All three of those had come in first, second, and third. They all took right side tires. Meanwhile, Matt Kobielak pitted. He can't fire his car. The crew pushing the car down pit road. They're pushing as hard as they can. One crew member falls. Kobielak still not able to fire the car. The crew not giving up. They're pushing and pushing. There, it caught, it tried. Kobielak finally gets fired and off he goes.
As a crew member, that can seem like the longest, hardest push on earth when you're pushing that car down pit road and it will not fire.
And that's a car that had to recover from getting caught up in that tangle when Martin Truex hit the wall and spun and lost a lot of positions. But he fought back, and now he'll have to do it again.
It looks like right now the pit strategy early on has played its way out, and we see several other leaders coming back down to get their other 2 tires, left side tires. Kelly Moore is one of them.
That's right. The rules say that you can only get 2 tires per stop. Dick Bergeron?
You can take 2 tires per stop, but this is the second stop for Kelly Moore. Surely one of the favorites, a 4-time winner here at the Hampshire International Speedway. They adjusted the wedge. Left side tires are pretty much on. Not the fastest stop by any stretch of the imagination. And Kelly Moore off and running. He's back. He's got 4 tires. That's fresher than virtually anybody in this field.
He and Dennis Demers came in the second time around to get those left sides to go along with the new rights. And we'll be back to New Hampshire International Speedway. Tracy Gordon, who started in the back and made his pit stop about lap 13, has come to the top.
Here you go, little guy. Irene, take this.
What?
It's me, Roger.
Roger?
I know. He came back as a monkey. Come back next Tuesday. I make a killing on Tuesdays. And next time, wear that red dress I like.
How will you support your family after you pass away? Conseco's life insurance policies can give your loved ones a regular monthly paycheck. Conseco, step up.
Fox Sports is proud to present Crank It Up, the CD, featuring Tricell, Slayer, Nonpoint, Rob Zombie, Head PE's Crosstown Traffic, Buck Cherry's On the Road Again, and much more. Crank It Up, the CD. Rev your engine on race day with this collection of remixes and originals you won't find anywhere else. Crank It Up, the CD. Pure adrenaline. In stores now.
For years, Pennzoil has helped keep your car running like new. Now they have a brand new product that keeps your car looking like new. Pennzoil Total Care.
Introducing Pennzoil Total Care, the revolutionary new car care product that gives your car a professional quality finish inside and out. Use Pennzoil Total Care on your whole car. Wash and wax the paint, clean and protect the interior. It even does windows and chrome. It's easy. Just rinse off the car, sponge on Pennzoil Total Care, and buff to a beautiful shine. Call today to order the Pennzoil Total Care Kit. You get the sponge, the microfiber towel, and enough Pennzoil Total Care for 10 complete applications, all for just $14.95. Pennzoil Total Care, the fast and easy all-in-one car care product that cleans, shines, and protects your whole car, guaranteed. Call right now and you'll also get a free can of Pennzoil Z4, the all-in-one spray lubricant. Call this number to order now.
Pennzoil Total Care, a total revolution in car care.
Tracy Gordon's strategy was to come in on the first caution and go the distance. That strategy has put him into the lead. Meanwhile, Kelly Moore came back into the pits for a second stop. Let's have a look at the first pit stop to see why.
Oh, that's not good right there.
No.
What they did, they actually rolled
jack it back up.
Right, he rolled the tire over and it hit the jack handle while the jack man was helping the guy on the front, and that released the jack, allowing it to drop down, which fortunately it didn't hurt anybody and it didn't look like it damaged the car.
And that's what made it a slow stop, but it didn't require him to come back in. What did was to get those left side tires. Dick?
Interesting strategy at Brad Layton's pit, Mike. They were talking before they actually pitted about whether they should pit or not. And the decision to pit was made when they estimated how many caution flag laps would fly. And they figured that they were going to need 3 more than they guessed were in fact going to fly. And guess what? With this lengthy cleanup, they would have gotten their 3 laps. I just talked to the crew. The crew is convinced the 2-tire strategy is good enough to win the race, but they are going to have to beat that 47 of Kelly Moore that's got 4 tires and a very strong car as well. To Matt.
Dick, remember back on lap 20, Andy Santerre short pitted. He slowly climbed back up the scoring charts. Now 3rd. But under that, right before that last caution, Santerre reported into his crew that his car was tight. He had to change his line. It made the car more comfortable, and now they're in the position that they wanted. Near the top, they will restart from the 3rd position.
Bill Penfold is 2nd. They're just in front of Santerre. Somewhat unheralded driver from Yarmouth, Maine. Another family racing operation. He and his father, Ray, run that team, and they run a charter bus operation that you see on the side of that car, trying to make it to the big time.
When you look at our top 5, Tracy Gordon, he pitted on lap 13. Bill Penfold pitted on lap 34. Andy Santerre pitted on lap 13. And Dave Dion pitted on lap 34, as well as Dale Shaw. But remember, Dale Shaw has 4 fresh tires versus those other guys just having 2.
So a lot of different strategies play out here at Loudon. 57 laps to go. There's a look at Shaw. He's made the run from back to front. GOD, it's not a religious icon. That is Walter Riley's company. Guaranteed overnight delivery. Catchy little.
It will catch your eye, absolutely. Yeah, I was talking about Andy Santerre in the 3rd position. He actually was on pit road twice, but it was under that caution that came out on lap 11. He was on pit road lap 13 and lap 20 again before they went back racing at 22.
Jay Listorti, his Lescare Kitchens. They make kitchen cabinetry. A plant in Connecticut. Teaming up with Santerre this year. He was a longtime backer of modified star Reggie Ruggiero.
I was going to say, they've been sponsoring cars up here in the New England area for a number of years.
Yep. He's a long-time race fan. So we're getting set to go back to racing here at Loudon with 69 of 125 laps complete. And Tracy Gordon atop the leaderboard.
Go to the races. You watch them on TV. Still got the itch for more? Try fantasy racing at NASCAR.com. Just log on to America Online, enter keyword NASCAR, or visit NASCAR.com. That's where fans like you can scratch that itch. You build your team, you go racing, you take no prisoners. Fantasy racing at NASCAR.com. Where else you gonna get this stuff? The all-new NASCAR.com. America Online, keyword NASCAR.
The feel of a cloud-soft, warm bed. Your senses surround you with the feeling of home. Everything you see speaks to the quality of craftsmanship. When success is who you are and how you approach your life, enjoy it. Wherever you are, Liberty Coach, quite simply, the best.
Here at the Beef and Bird Cook-Off, does anyone cook on a gas grill?
You couldn't get anybody out here to cook with gas.
Between gas and charcoal, there is a difference. You can taste it. It's like night and day.
So what's the charcoal of choice?
Kingsford.
Why?
The flavor alone.
Kingsford is a charcoal to use.
Yeah?
It's a charcoal to use.
How come?
Taste, definitely the taste.
Nothing beats Kingsford. That is a fact. I guarantee it.
Kingsford, because taste is everything.
Give me the Kingsford, you can keep the gas.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Present from me to you.
Formula One lives on speed. The cars, works of art and marvels of engineering. The drivers, superstars, and rocket men. From Australia to Brazil, Canada to Malaysia.
Checkered flag is out.
Speed Channel takes you around the world with live coverage of Formula One. The beauty of man and machine. The thrill of open-wheel battle. Formula One, the Monaco Grand Prix. Practice live Thursday, 7 a.m. only on Speed.
Welcome back to Loudon as we get set for the restart. Tracy Gordon out in front of Bill Penfold. And we'll show you a look at the pit stop of Richard Jarvis Jr. Previous pit stop. Had a little bit of trouble here. Lug nuts on. Oh, lug nuts off. And come back. Matt?
Well, Mike, the 64 car has come back in. They put the lug on. He was also held by NASCAR, and now he is back rolling down pit road.
Kerry Heath also had a penalty stop during that caution period as we're set to go back to green.
He's only 2/3 way down pit road. Leaders are coming off turn 4 to take the green.
Pit early, pit late, 2 tires, 4 tires. What will be the winning strategy? About to find out.
Wave that restart off, going to go one more lap, which will play out for number 64 Bob Jarvis. Richard Jarvis, give him an opportunity to catch up to the back end of the field.
So we'll be back for the restart here at Loudon, New Hampshire on the Speed Channel.
G-Tech Pro performance meter measures 0 to 60 times, quarter-mile times and speed, braking distance, handling G's, and yes, horsepower. No installation, 1/10 of a second accuracy, achieved with a precision accelerometer and DSP technology. Magazines have tested it. Now they test with it. G-Tech Pro is only $139.95. Call our 24-hour hotline right now at 1-800-G-Tech-PRO. That's 1-800-483-2477.
Property owners, if weeds and brush are taking over your property, call 1-800-437-4446 to learn how you can try out a DR field and brush mower for 30 days risk-free. The DR works like a big tractor-mounted brush mower, but in a walk-behind version that's easier to handle and a lot less expensive. So if parts of your land are too overgrown for any ordinary mower, call now for free details about the amazing DR field and brush mower.
Never before. Never again. Experience the men, the machines, the warlike excitement that is Formula One racing. This motion picture is not available in stores. Own the uncut version, too graphic for television. Champions forever, the Formula One drivers. Limited offer, VHS $19.95, DVD $24.95.
Stay low, stay low.
NASCAR lives on speed. No one gets you closer.
Welcome back to New Hampshire International Speedway. Mike Joy with Larry McReynolds, Jeff Hammond, Dick Berger, and Matt Yoakum to cover the NASCAR Busch North Series. For you today, Tracy Gordon, who stopped on the first caution of the day around lap 13. And Bill Penfold will bring him down for the restart.
Of course, the Busch North cars, same rules as Winston Cup at Busch. Lead lap cars to the outside, lap cars to the inside. You see the 66 car of Gary Shackford. He's actually 2 laps down. He's back in 27th position. Up there trying to get one of his laps back should he catch a quick caution, I think.
Got several veterans right there in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and Andy Santerre, Dave Dion, and Dale Shaw right there. They're looking ready to go here to go back to green.
53 laps to go. Tracy Gordon, what he'd love to do is stretch a lead out right here before some of those stronger cats that was leading the race, like Brad Layton in that group, the 55 group, which he's on the move right now, as we see going into turn 3, before they get up there to him.
Yeah, I was watching him on the restart. He was in and out of traffic. I mean, on the move early.
Got up there against the 09 of Byron Chu, a Chevy dealer from Long Island.
This is a battle right now for 7th position.
Mike Olson right there, and Dale Quarterly trying to work his way back to the front. 2nd place, Andy Santerre inside of Bill Penfold. Gonna have just enough room. Or is he?
He lost the handle right there. Looked like when he jumped back in the throttle thing, wanted to get a little bit loose with him, he had to jump back out.
Penfold was holding him tight to the bottom of the racetrack, and here comes Dave Dion in the 29.
Dale Shaw in the 60 car, remember he has those 4 fresh tires. Everybody in front of him has 2 tires.
Penfold sent it in too deep. Here comes Santerre again.
Oh, and Dave Dion got loose up off of turn 2 right there, and Dale Shaw took advantage of it.
He's going to take the position getting off down into turn 3. Battle for 4th. Look at Brad Layton in that 55 car. He's down there in the lane by himself, right around that yellow line through the middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah, Dion got kicked up high and then found himself with nowhere to go. Mike Johnson, 96, that red car behind Dion's orange one. And Mike Olson.
You can beat people back to the throttle up on the X of these corners. You might not complete the pass to the end of the next straightaway, but that's where you go ahead and complete that pass, getting off into the next corner.
Shaw inside of Penfold.
3 wide going into turn 3 right there. Kelly Moore down on the low side. He's trying to make his way back to the front.
He's back in 17th right now.
He knows he's got to go.
Brian Wall. Wall's Ford Taurus battling Kelly Moore and Matt Kobilar. Meanwhile, here's the Burnham Boilers Express heating things up with Dale Shaw. Brad Layton on the inside.
He gets that run off the corner. Looks like he's not going to complete the pass, but he'll outbreak him getting into the next end.
And he's going right after Penfold.
He can turn that car down to the bottom right there. No car stick. It'll slide just a little bit, but it sticks good enough. Now right here he gets a run, but he won't complete this pass till he gets to turn 3, driving off in the next end of the corner right here. That's the way he's passed the last 3 race cars he's passed.
Now Penfold trying to hold 4th against Dale Shaw. As this goes on, Tracy Gordon finds this race falling into his hands. What started out as a bad deal, a disqualification in qualifying, set his race strategy, and so far, so good.
This Speed Channel presentation brought to you by America's favorite burger. At BK, you got it.
Who is a man that can jam over any man? Can you dig it? The new Shack Pack. Grilled sourdough bacon cheeseburger fries with free cheese dipping sauce and a Coca-Cola Classic.
You gotta have a Shack Pack, baby.
Don't adjust your sets. Adjust your dandruff shampoo. Use Head & Shoulders for unbeatable daily dandruff protection and unbelievably beautiful hair. Head & Shoulders. Nothing works better.
For years, Pennzoil has helped keep your car running like new. Now they have a brand new product that keeps your car looking like new. Pennzoil Total Care.
Introducing Pennzoil Total Care, the revolutionary new car care product that gives your car a professional quality finish inside and out. Use Pennzoil Total Care on your whole car. Wash and wax the paint, clean and protect the interior. It even does windows and chrome. It's easy. Just rinse off the car, sponge on Pennzoil Total Care, and buff to a beautiful shine. Call today to order the Pennzoil Total Care Kit. You get the sponge, the microfiber towel, and enough Pennzoil Total Care for 10 complete applications, all for just $14.95. Pennzoil Total Care, the fast and easy all-in-one car care product that cleans, shines, and protects your whole car, guaranteed. Call right now and you'll also get a free can of Pennzoil Z4, the all-in-one spray lubricant. Call this number to order now.
Pennzoil Total Care, a total revolution in car care.
Tracy Gordon leads Andy Santerre. It's just 2 car lengths between them. A little further back, Brad Layton trying to distance himself from the 4th place battle. Bill Penfold, Dale Shaw, you see side by side. Shaw coming right in there and taking over 4th. That kicks Penfold to 5th. Dave Dion is 6th. Mike Johnson 7th. And trouble for the 93 of Travis Benjamin.
Stay green, no caution. Looks like he's going to get it going. He's going down the back straightaway.
All right, let's check with Matt Yoakum.
Mike, Greg Schaefer pitted under that last caution. He restarted 15th, climbed to 13th, and now 11th. His biggest concern under that caution was not how his race car was handling, but the condition of his right front tire. He felt like he was leaning on it just too hard. His crew chief assured him that the tire was perfect. The Goodyear engineers came by and looked at it. They said they felt like that Greg was getting the best tire wear of all the teams that they had looked at so far.
Schaefer started 6th in that right-way electric Chevy.
I know Tracy Gordon and Andy Santerre, they're showing the way right now, but Brad Layton back there, he's about 2.5 tenths a lap faster than these two.
New tires?
I'd say that has a lot to do with it, but his car has been good the entire race from the drop of the green flag. And the more these guys race side by side up there, the quicker he's going to catch them.
Yeah, I was going to say early on, those guys were looking back there and seeing Brad Layton back there racing with Dale Shaw and that group right there, and they were getting away from him. They were sitting there hoping and praying, and he stayed there a little bit longer, but he's had a very strong race car all day long.
One thing I like about Andy Santerre in this 44, Santerre is a fellow who knows when to race. For that reason, he's not exciting to watch because he won't go until it's time. Very heads-up thinking race driver. Now he's got a shot on the inside. I'm sure they've told him Brad Layton is coming. Time to go.
Just couldn't quite complete the pass on the exit of the corner. Much faster right in the middle of the corner, but it's almost like he can't stay in the throttle. Car probably a little bit tight. Won't turn on late exit of the corner. Right here, he turns to the bottom, picks the throttle up.
Now
he's running hard right there, but look who's right there in the rearview mirror, about 2 car lengths back.
Yep,
Brad Layton at 55.
That brought Layton right to them, and Layton jumps inside of Tracy Gordon before that door closes.
Not careful, looks like he's going to drive right up underneath Andy Santerre off of turn 4. He had a good run down through there.
All this is about 2.5 seconds in front of the 4th place car of Dale Shaw in the 60 car.
.40 laps to go when they come around. Mike Johnson trying to hold off Dale Quarterly 32 and Mike Olson 61. And this is 7th place.
Mike Johnson looks like he's getting a little bit loose up off the corner. A minute ago, Dale Quarterly had gotten down under him, but he had to back off. Looks like Johnson was going to get loose, and they had a little contact there off the floor.
This is about 5.5 seconds behind our leader right now.
Quarterly gets positioned and make a little contact right there in the middle of the corner.
It's like that bottom groove seems to be the best way if you can just keep that momentum off the corner, stay in the throttle.
Mike Olson also took advantage of that and got by Mike Johnson also.
Well, Tracy Gordon led from this restart. Gordon has led 19 laps today, but he's gotten kicked back to third. Dick Bergeron.
And really the reason for that, Mike, is that Gordon is running on the same tires he started this race on. It was certainly a gamble. The crew knew that it was a gamble, but given the circumstances of the day, their car and all the rest, they figured this was the best shot that they had to win. Spotter telling Gordon repeatedly, just hang on, hang on, hang on. They're now working with a strategy that is finish third. Get what you can out of the day. Gordon crew has decided they need to settle for where they are. But there's some fast cars ready to eat him up. We'll see if he can hang on.
38 laps to go. Andy Santerre from Cherryfield, Maine, drives the hauler, works on the car, wants to drive it to victory lane today.
So what happened? I don't know what happened. I have no idea why she dumped me. Well, you always treated her right. Yes, I did. I did, didn't I? Yes, you did. I did. You did. She's insane.
Man, I don't even know what you saw in her. I mean, I would never go out with her.
Oh, I know.
She'll come crawling back. Don't worry.
You guys need a bud.
Thanks.
Any grill can cook a steak, but can it handle a pancake? The Big Easy can. From Charbroil, keepers of the flame.
A legend reborn. Cadillac CTS. Breakthrough.
Customizing your car? Stop by Meineke for performance mufflers with attitude, high energy, good looks, and increased horsepower. Plus a free race game. That's Meineke Performance. Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
We believe in family. We believe in America. We believe in NASCAR.
Green flag, green, green.
You are watching NASCAR TV, exclusively on the Speed Channel.
Andy Santerre was the big star of the NASCAR Busch Series. Went south, had a good Busch Series ride down south, won a race at Pikes Peak, then had a bad crash. Recovery was lengthy. He struggled. Now he is back trying to remake a name for himself. Back up home, back up in the North Series.
And I'll say right now, he is stretching it out on Brad Layton. I mean, the way Brad Layton caught Andy Santerre and Tracy Gordon, it looks like he was going to go by both of them in one quarter. But now Andy Santerre is pulled out to over a second lead.
But Mike said it earlier and said it best. Andy Santerre knows when to race, and he realized Brad Layton was there. I've got to pick up the pace a little bit, and he's done so. And he may have been part of the reason. I look back here in the pack, and I noticed that Kelly Moore, who restarted this last restart back in 24th, has worked his way all the way up to 8th position.
Matt?
Well, guys, one big reason why the 44 is starting to pull away, that car loves clean air. He had an aero push most of the afternoon, mired back in traffic, but slowly working his way back to the front with pit strategy. Now out in the open air, that car is really taking off.
I mean, this is a mile racetrack, and they're running probably 140, 145 miles an hour down at the end of these straightaways, and you lose that downforce on the nose when you're behind another car. You're out there in clean air, you're getting full benefit of the downforce. It helps that car to turn.
Now, one of the things here about Andy Santerre also in that race car he's driving, since he has spent some time down south working with Busch cars and some Cup guys such as Joe Bessie, he and Joe Bessie actually share a shop together. I'm sure a lot of those ideas have been built into this race car, and they're probably helping here today.
Now, is Brad Layton's car up to snuff? Dick?
It isn't, Mike. Layton has just come on the radio and told his crew that he has a bad vibration. Layton in second position, in trouble mechanically.
And like Dick Beatty, Winston Cup director, used to tell us, if you have a vibration, in his words, it ain't going to go away.
It's not going to get better on its own.
You're going to have to do something to fix it.
Can he ride it out? 32 laps to go.
That's a big risk right there you're talking about taking too, Mike. That's one thing I think Dick Beatty and Larry's trying to say right now, guys. If it's there, you better come on down pit road because you could cost you a race car.
I mean, right now, even though he has a problem, he's running the same lap times as Andy Santerre. But just remember, about 10 laps ago, he was 0.2 of a lap faster than Andy.
Meanwhile, Kelly Moore moves past Dave Dion to 6th place as he continues his march to the front with 4 fresh tires as of the last caution flag. How long has he got? He's 10.5 seconds behind the leader with 30 laps to go.
He would need a caution to catch him up with those leaders. That's you know, he's got other cars in front of him. He's got lap traffic to contend with. That's a lot of distance to make up in a short time to do it
in. There's Moore ahead of Dion and Dale Quarterly. And Mike Olson, the Little Trees car. Andy Santerre won the season opener at Lee Speedway, New Hampshire, trying to go for 2 in a row.
Hey, let's go to the reservoir.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Mom, it's me, Josh. Listen, we got a flat, so I guess I'll have to stay at Dave's house tonight, okay?
Okay.
Really?
Sure. Josh, just one thing. Dad's BMW came with Goodyear run flats.
And they'll run even if they're flat. They will?
Mm-hmm. So I'll see you in 30 minutes, okay?
All right.
What?
Josh tried the flat tire thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Prom night on the wings of Goodyear.
There's no sitting around here. Sometimes I walk, sometimes I stroll, sometimes I run, and sometimes I even dance.
New Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles help keep you going all day. With the softest gel you can buy, you get up to 2 times more cushioning and shock absorption than other gel insoles. Dr. Scholl's new massaging gel insoles.
Look, feel, do better.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? Now, through Matrix Direct, a 35-year-old man could get $250,000 coverage for less than $15 a month. Guaranteed for 10 years from a respected insurer, Protective Life. A 42-year-old man could get $200,000 coverage for less than $18 a month. Call for a fast, free quote over the phone. Matrix Direct, 1-800-390-3016.
Andy Santerre in the Les Care Kitchen Chevy, your leader here at Loudon, just inside of 30 laps to go. Brad Layton, Burnham Boiler Chevy running second. Third is that Tic Tac number 14 for Tracy Gordon, who made the early pit stop, and caution is out.
And that's exactly what Kelly Moore was wanting to see, a caution flag. Catch him up to those leaders.
Fourth caution of this race as Jamie Obey comes on to pit road. And it comes out of lap 96. And there's fluid on the racetrack.
Not sure if it's oil or water, but there is fluid on the racetrack.
And they're looking under the 67 car of Obey right there.
Obey, former NASCAR North champ. He's now out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Ferris ASI Chevy. So let's go to Dick Berggren for an update on Brad Layton's situation, sitting in second place.
Well, they're trying to figure out what's wrong with the car. Layton has been on the radio, and he has said that the vibration is so bad it's shaking the steering wheel out of his hands. Crew is now asking him if he wants to pit. The decision is right now up in the air. They don't know if they're going to pit and try to fix it or try and ride it out. Layton with a bad vibration.
28 laps to go.
Hey, you can see right now if No, you bring that car to pit road. If it's vibrating so bad that your hands can't stay on the steering wheel, it's time to bring that car to pit road. There's no decision to be made right there.
I don't think so. You know, I mean, it could be certainly a tire in trouble. It could be a transmission fixing to come apart, a gear, and any number of things. But it's probably only going to get worse in these last 25 laps.
Well, he's in second place. By stopping, he would drop to 21st. That's how many cars are on the lead lap. And here, Jamie Obey is the cause of the caution. His car is being pushed back to the garage area. Mike Johnson is pitting. The Whalen Chevy, Dennis Demers, is pitting. Byron Chu, Scott Booley, the plastic coat Chevy. The 33 is in. That's Mike Gallo. And the 16 of Kip Stockwell, all making pit stops under this caution. That's the Flooring Network Chevrolet. And there is Demers.
All they're doing on Demers cars is making chassis adjustments. Look like they adjusted the right rear wedge boat and the track bar.
SLC on the window post. That's Shelburne Limestone Company. That's Demers' business.
Mike Johnson, they made a chassis adjustments but took left side tires on. He still had the lefts he could change. He had only changed the rights earlier.
Which answers the question, why don't you get all 4 on one caution? Because there might be another one.
There might be.
Now, going back to the Layton situation right there, though, this right here, you got 20-some laps to go. If you got an opportunity to come in and fix it, you would still have an opportunity to get back up there. Now, if he has something break the rest of the way because he doesn't come in, how can you say that would be a good move, guys? I'm sorry. I mean, it's bugging me right now. You got a vibration and they're not fixing it.
The only thing I can think of, Jeff, is that if it's a harmonic vibration, like if it's a wheel balance, that's probably the least damaging thing it could be, you know, or a tire. A wheel or tires going out of balance, maybe that's something you could ride out, but that's so hard to diagnose from the driver's seat. Well, we'll see. For more, here's Dick.
Well, it's still going on with Brad Layton. He has been weaving. It sort of looks like he's driving the car in a slalom ski slope. He's going back and forth trying to put more pressure on the right or the left front, because they've got to make a decision if they're going to come in as to whether they're going to change right side tires or left side tires. And they're still deciding whether they're going to bring him in or leave him out. They think it may be the left front.
Well, one thing sometimes you do is if you're questioning a wheel bearing, you'll work that car back to the left and the right and see if you get the vibration turning one way and not the other. I mean, there's a lot of variables, but it's just so hard to diagnose from the driver's seat.
And that's the reason why I say it needs to come to pit road. Let's look at it. Granted, we're going to wind up losing the opportunity to win the race or run second, but we're going to be able to save a race car, possibly save driver injury, maybe injuries to other drivers. And that's kind of like, to me, that's a responsibility I take on as a crew chief, is to try to protect not only my driver and car, but the rest of the competitors.
But you know, Jeff, how many times have you been standing on that pit box running in the top 5 with this many cars on the lead lap and this few laps? I know it's not a tough call, but it is a tough call. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Dick, what do you think they're going to do?
Well, Layton said that he would pit if they only knew what it was. But because they don't know what it was, and because as a result they don't know what to do to fix it, it's the driver's decision right now to stay out. So it's his neck, it's his decision, and he has chosen to stay out.
And unlike Winston Cup, you can't just fire 4 new tires on there. The rules don't allow that, to see if that cures the problem. So
he'd have to put the 4 back on there that he started the race with.
Right. A lot of question marks here. The biggest one, who will win? The Busch North 125 at Loudon. We'll be right back.
Ignition sequence start.
For 41 years, this secret lake is where engines have earned the right to be called Mercury. Welcome to Lake X.
The people at NASCAR want to know, how bad have you got it? Have you named family members after your favorite driver?
Down, Ken Schrader, down!
Do you use racing flags to warn others of dangerous situations? Now, be honest. How bad have you got it?
Any grill can cook a steak, but can it handle a pancake? The Big Easy can. From Charbroil, keepers of the flame.
It's not for sale.
No. Some things are just too good to let go of. That's why there's Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. Max Life conditions use seals to help prevent leaks and helps you hold on to your car for a long, long time.
Don't even think about it.
Valvoline Max Life. And for a simple way to keep your tires looking great, use Eagle One Wet Tire Shine.
Who is a man that can jam over any man? Can you dig it? The new Shack Pack. Grilled sourdough bacon cheeseburger fries with free cheese dipping sauce and a Coca-Cola Classic. You gotta have a Shack Pack, baby. Shack.
Welcome back to Loudon, New Hampshire. We're in one lap. We'll get what may be the last restart of the day, and it will come with 17 laps to go.
You know, Jeff, Brad Layton, that we've been under caution for 10 laps, he loves these caution laps right now because that's one less lap he has to race with that vibration. On the other side of the coin, Kelly Moore, you talked about earlier, who was 10.5 seconds back, he's back in 6. It enabled him to catch that group, so he wants to go back racing right away.
He really needs the laps, as many as he can get, give him an opportunity to work around these race traffic in front of him, race traffic in front of him, and get to the leader and have an opportunity to challenge. Because these guys, as you know, the closer you get to the front, the harder the competition is.
Let's update our leader with Matt.
Mike, under this caution, Andy Santerre was talking to his crew chief Roger Tryon. Two concerns: where the cone was to restart. It is sitting on the outside wall off turn 4, and also the 47 car. Although yes, the 55 is in his mirror, he was concerned about the 47 and how he was running. They feel like he's got some front end damage and a little bit loose off of 4, so that has calmed Andy down a little bit. Just trying to focus now on the task at hand, the restart, as he gets close to that cone.
Moore will be 6th on the restart, but that may be the fastest car left. Green flag, 17 to go. Shaw to the inside, nothing there. Single file into 1.
Brad Layton, he's been so good right there on the bottom of the racetrack. He's pretty much saying, I don't care about this vibration. I got 17 laps to go. I'm going to see if I can win this thing in that 55 car.
If it's going to break, it's going to break out front. Penfold drops to 6th. Kelly Moore is up to 5th.
These guys are sliding around, a lot to do with that oil dry they put down. They tried to clean as much of it as they could, but it was put down all the way around the racetrack almost. Look at this drag race down the front straightaway.
Santerre says he wants that lead back.
And a big jumble from 6th on back.
Look at there, though. Kelly Moore, that 47 car, has those fresher tires right around the bottom. He's right on these boys right now. He's up to 5th.
Layton for the lead to the inside. Gordon and Shaw to the bottom. Two cars won't fit all the way down there.
All the way below the yellow line they are.
Remember how much Andy Santerre had drove away from Brad Layton right before that caution, but he talked about it earlier, and he's doing the best he can to keep that car in clean air. He gets behind Layton, his car don't want to turn as good.
The longer they run, the better Santerre's car will like it.
Kelly Moore, he's side by side with Dale Shaw right now. This is a battle for 4th right behind the leaders. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway here. 15 laps to go.
Moore has to hit the brakes because Tracy Gordon's right there for 3rd. Moore is up to 4th. For the lead, it's a toss-up. 55 Layton, 44 Santerre.
I mean, look at this. We got 6, 7, 8, 9 cars here that could win this thing here with just a few laps to go.
Trouble for the 92, Doug Carpata. He gets away. We stay green. Little bump and run, just a little bit there.
Dale Quarterly in that 32 car, he got by Dale Shaw in the 60. He took over 5th position.
The Land O'Lakes Chevy up to 5th.
Kelly Moore drops to the bottom of Tracy Gordon. A lot fresher tires right here. This is a battle for 3rd.
Yeah, Santerre was right to be concerned about Kelly Moore.
We talked about it earlier. If he can just get close enough, Kelly Moore is definitely making a strong run up off the bottom of these corners. Car looks really good.
Quarterly splits Shaw and heads for Tracy Gordon with that 32.
And I tell you, Matt Yoakum talked about it. Tracy Gordon, he's out there. We've run a lot of caution laps, but 112 laps on the board on those tires.
Layton closes right in on the leader. Meanwhile, Kelly Moore trying to distance himself from Tracy Gordon. Can't do it.
Andy Santerre saying, Leighton, will you please go away? Leave me alone.
Aggravating me to death.
If that car's vibrating, that's good vibrations.
Well, when they didn't pit, that pretty much said we don't want to hear nothing about a vibration now. Boy, Leighton drives his car down in the corner so deep, but it just can't quite get that bite and get off the corner. He beats him getting in, pays the price getting off the corner.
And where's the finish line? Down that straightaway.
Coming off the corner at the next straightaway on the front stretch.
Right.
You're not going to win it at that line going into turn 3.
Boy, he's going to try. Here's Leighton on the bottom again. And there is the difference between them. Ten laps to go. We'll be back for the finish at Loudon, New Hampshire, as Andy Santerre tries to hold off Brad Leighton and Kelly Moore.
Most powerful SUV. Cadillac Escalade. Breakthrough.
At the Beef and Bird Cook-Off, does anyone use a gas grill?
You couldn't get anybody out here to cook with gas.
Definitely want to use charcoal.
Because when it comes to flavor...
Proven fact that charcoal is better than gas.
And the charcoal of choice.
Kingsford, for sure.
Kingsford Charcoal, because taste is everything.
Customizing your car? Stop by Meineke for performance mufflers with attitude, high energy, good looks, and increased horsepower. Plus a free race game. That's Meineke Performance. Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Coming up next, guys, find out the latest in automotive trends on Motor Trend Television. That's up next on Speed.
Show off. It's hard not to with daring, innovative, new original series. Showtime Unlimited is breaking the mold with premium programming that's creating a buzz. Get 9 unbeatable channels. Call today. The only way to make Showtime Unlimited better is to make it bigger. Win big, a 61-inch widescreen HD entertainment system. Call 1-800-677-8670 or visit go.show.com for official rules. Enter now.
At DirecTV, we speak entertainment better than anyone. Introducing the Total Choice Plus package with over 130 channels, including local channels, for just $39.99 a month. Total Choice Plus has more entertainment choices for everyone in the family. Over 15 additional channels for just a few dollars more than Total Choice. Total Choice Plus. More choice, better value. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV.
10 laps to go. Brad Leighton keeps nibbling it in there in turn number 1. Andy Santerre keeps beating him off turn 2.
But and they're running 2 distinct lines. I think, again, I got to tip my hat to Bob Bear. I think it's a product of the transition of the corners here now. You have 2 distinct grooves that you can race in depending on how your car's handling.
Well, we've already seen right now Brad Leighton drive it in there hard. He's got room to slide up. Andy Santerre, he's already kind of up in that higher groove and getting off the corner very well. And he doesn't really seem like, I guess his experience, he's not really worried too much, I guess, leaving that bottom side open. He's running his line and making it work.
Looks like Brad Leighton in the 55. He's been seeing how good it's working for Andy Santerre. He's starting to move his car to the middle of the corner just a little bit. There'll be 8 laps to go. We pretty much have clean racetrack in front of our leaders.
If he's running the same line as Santerre, could he be resting those tires to cool them off a little bit and then make a run?
Very easily could be, Mike. But the thing he needs to worry about right now is who's looming back there in the 3rd position. That's Kelly Moore. If he babies those tires too long, Kelly Moore is going to be there, and he's about to contend with him. Oh, we got trouble in the front straightaway.
Caution is out. Caution is out. Now, regardless how close to the end this caution comes out, Busch North has a rule. We have a green, white, checkered, green flag finish. So it don't matter how close to the end the caution comes out.
Here's what brought out the caution trouble for Dennis Demers.
Oh, 3 wide. 3 wide in a 2 wide space.
As Mike Olson went by, he got tangled up and off the nose of Bill Penfold.
Could have been a lot more involved.
Wow.
Nice job of holding that
17 car Eddie McDonald just getting by.
And Denny Doyle, the 30 on the outside, likewise.
There's no question. I believe we will get back racing before we get to lap 125 and had to do the green, white, checkered. That time there were 7 laps to go, and they'll check the racetrack, and we'll probably get us about a 4 or 5 lap finish here. 3 or 4 laps anyhow.
Now, if you remember the last time we had a restart, now with a long caution granted, Andy Santerre didn't fare too well. Brad Lathan was able to get by him, so this may not be exactly what Andy Santerre would like to see.
Nope, Layton's car seems to be better once the tires have a chance to cool off. The longer the run, the better Santerre's chances. So this is a toss-up right here.
And they have the same rules as Busch and Winston Cup. It'll be what we call a down finger restart, single file only, lead lap cars, so there'll be no lap cars to contend with to the inside.
What Andy Santerre needs to have happen right here, in my opinion, he needs to get a good clean start, keep his tires cleaned off, and hope and pray that Kelly Moore and the 55 of Layton get together and start racing one another for that second position and give him an opportunity to get away.
See them swerving back and forth. That's just, again, these tires are hot. They'll pick up about everything out there on the racetrack. Rubber, just you want to keep them cleaned off, because if you don't, you'll spin them. You'll even make you feel like you have a flat tire.
Santerre trying to win his 3rd Busch North race here. Brad Layton trying for his 6th victory. And Kelly Moore, a 4-time winner here at New Hampshire.
And on the other hand, if I'm Kelly Moore, I'm hoping Brad Layton gets underneath the 44 car and they get to trade and paint, and I get an opportunity to take advantage of those guys getting tangled up and me being able to turn down under them and make a run up off that corner.
And the 14 of Tracy Gordon, his best finish ever here, 7th in 17 starts. He has 3 top 10s, but right now this would be a career best 4th place finish at Loudon for Gordon. Here's a look at your top 10 as they run. There are 20 cars on the lead lap as we close down on the finish of this Busch North 125.
Andy Santerre started back in the 24th position. We talked about it at the beginning of the day. Had a bad case of the flu yesterday and just couldn't get that good qualifying run in. But a little pit strategy in the beginning. Now he's up there leading the race here with about 5-6 laps to go.
Now, Larry, you've been here a number of times just like I have along with Mike. In years past, if you started back in the back, that's pretty much where you'd stay all day long, unless you did make some really good pit calls to get you track position. But today we've seen guys come from the back in 2 races today, come from the back to the front and put themselves in position to either win the race or contention to run the top 5.
Definitely that we have 2 distinct racing grooves and you can pass.
We've seen some great racing here today. It's been beautiful weather, but really some solid competition here in Loudon, New Hampshire. You know, I've really enjoyed watching the races today.
I think it bodes well for Winston Cup's return here in July and September, that they're going to have a nice 2-groove racetrack to work with. 1 to go. That means they'll race 3 laps to the finish. Trouble for Denny Doyle. That car being pushed back to the garage area, a mechanic hanging out the right side window. Whatever the problem was, they can't fix it. Tough Drake for the Plymouth, Connecticut driver.
I watched him come into the pits. They could not get that car stopped. The crew actually had to stop that car, and we are hearing a report that he has no brakes. I know they like to never got him stopped in his pit box.
And if that's the case, where they're taking him is the best place for him, in that garage area.
Don't want to be running here, nowhere for that matter, but you don't want to be running here without brakes. Okay, boys, this is going to get exciting.
Pull them belts
I don't
tight.
have my driver buddy up here, but let's pull our belts tight.
3 laps. I think I can hold my breath for 3 laps. What do you think about
That's only about 90 seconds.
Yeah,
we can do it. But I'm like you, Jeff. I'm anxious to watch Brad Layton on this restart, and you can bet if he opens the door, Kelly Moore's going to be there to walk through it with him.
Layton's got to get the nose ahead of Santerre down in the middle of turns 1 and 2 to have any chance to beat him off the corner.
And that's where he's been so strong, is getting off into the corner. If he can just make his car stick and not give up too much on the exit.
And vibration? What vibration?
That's it. I can't hear you.
The only thing vibrating is the trophy. Here we go.
Green flag, 3 to go. Brad Layton moves to the outside. I bet he'll down to the inside before they get to turn 1.
Not this time. Oh,
Tracy Gordon hard into the outside wall. Caution is on the Speedway.
What happened?
I believe he had a little bit of help getting down in that corner.
Just remember, they'll be coming 2 to go, but we will have a green-white checker. This thing will end under green, at least 2 laps of racing.
Tracy is okay as you see him toss the steering wheel, put the window net down, but he has killed that car.
I believe you can look, it's almost like the right rear sitting up off the ground. He's hit so hard, he's sitting on the frame right here.
Yeah, you are. The right rear tire wasn't even touching as they come around to caution.
Yeah, right there, if you look, you can see it's almost like it's up off the ground.
What happened to Tracy Gordon?
That's Dale Quarterly in the 32 car. The yellow car behind him moves to the inside. Tracy Gordon moved down, and
oh boy,
just call that one of those racing accidents, I believe, with 3 laps to go on a restart.
Ooh,
that's a hard
lick right there.
Hard hit.
It looked to me like there was room for some give and take there, but there wasn't any.
No, not at all. Boy, that car hit hard.
I mean, well, it's not for us to point blame, folks. You look at the replays there and you decide. But fortunately, Tracy is okay. Caution is out. We'll be back to finish this one under green, white checker. The NASCAR Busch North Series at Loudon on Speed Channel.
Any grill can cook a steak, but can it handle a pancake? The Big Easy can. From Charbroil, keepers of the flame.
They have a story to tell, and they tell it in song. TV Music for You presents Once Upon a Song. 34 great hits performed by the world's best-loved musical storytellers.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. I learned the truth at 17. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain.
Freedom is just another word for nothing left.
Once Upon a Song brings you over 2 hours of classic story songs by the artists who made them famous.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal.
I heard my mama cry. I heard her pray the night Chicago died. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Mama told me not to come. Today, Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Once Upon a Song on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs. This offer is not available in stores, so call now. Call toll-free to order Once Upon a Song. 2 cassettes, $21.99, 2 CDs, $26.99 plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
I'm Jeff Gordon. I feel the need for speed.
Tracy Gordon is okay after a hard crash at turn 1. We're getting set for the restart, and per Busch North Series rules, it'll be green flag, then the white flag, and then the checker. Andy Santerre trying to hold off Brad Layton. Now in this last restart, Layton couldn't beat him to turn 1. Let's see what happens here with 2 to go. Green flag.
Santerre gets another nice start. Layton looks to the outside, now back to the inside.
Pretty much looked like a mirror of the restart a while ago. Layton turns it to the bottom right there. Can he get it? Can he win this drag race down the back straightaway?
They bumped.
They'll be coming to the white flag this time. Side by side in turn 3. Layton's been strong getting into the corner. Kelly Moore in the 47 right there behind him. He's going to drive to the bottom.
Layton got loose.
But Layton held the lead here. Can he keep the momentum? White flag this time.
Moore couldn't capitalize, but he does keep Santerre behind him. Here we go. Last time around. Santerre to the bottom. That's what Layton needed to see, that fight for second place.
He needs to see these guys battle each other all the way around.
Oh, Quarterly got in the back of the 47, And Brian Wall paid the price further back.
Last chance for Santerre, driving off into turn 3, pulls right up to the rear bumper. Brad Layton turns it to the bottom. Will it stick? Can he stay on the throttle right here?
Off turn 4 for the final time. They nudge. It's Layton by a foot and a half.
Man,
Kelly Moore comes home third. Dale Shaw from the back climbs to 4th at the finish. And Matt Kovaluk, who got spun earlier, will end up in the top 5, 5th. Wow.
It don't get much better than that.
I tell you right now, this says a lot too about Andy Santerre. He had a real easy opportunity to possibly take Brad Layton out, and he didn't do it. He raced him clean. Great race today. Great race.
Layton the winner. He started 10th. It's his 6th win at New Hampshire. His 18th Busch North victory, which ties him with Dale Shaw for 2nd on the all-time list. He's won half of the last 10 races here at New Hampshire.
Additional burnouts here on the front straightaway.
Andy Santerre, the point leader, winner at Lee Speedway, comes home 2nd. Kelly Moore 3rd. Dale Shaw 4th. Matt Kovaluk 5th. Mike Johnson, Dale Quarterly.
Andy Santerre did what he needed to do for racing for the points, racing for this championship now, 1st and a 2nd.
Good vibrations.
I bet he don't feel a vibration now.
I'll bet he doesn't.
Feel very good about the fact he was able to bring that car home. And I'd really like to know what that vibration was all about.
Let's have another look.
Layton gets a little bit loose right here. You can see him working that steering wheel in there. A little loose end push. Santerre got a good run off turn 4, pulls right to the bottom. And here's where he really came on right here. Looks like Layton even got a little loose late on the straightaway. Had that momentum. There it is. About the length from the front tire to the front bumper.
By a little more than a foot. Brad Layton is our winner at New Hampshire.
Okay. Congratulations, Brad.
Got to tip your hat to his crew chief, Brian Latouche. I know, Jeff, you and I were up here somewhat second guessing, not bringing that car in with the vibration, but as we talked, that's a tough call. You have a good race car, you're running in 2nd, there's 20 cars on the lead lap. It's hard to give that position up that late in the race.
And not knowing exactly what it is, and the unknown is always a scary deal. And you're sitting there on pit road, you're trying to figure out what's the best thing to do, whether it's for your driver, your competitors. And, hey, Brad made the call. It was the right call. He got a win out of it, so my hat's off to him.
Helmet off, Hutchins device, the Hutchins harness unhooked. And Brad Layton climbs out. Matt?
For the first time this year, a big year. Man, that was a dramatic finish. Is it getting more dramatic than that, Brad?
Oh, it's awesome, Matt. She's a hot rod. We had a good car. I just plain messed up in qualifying, but I'll tell you, it's a pleasure racing with Andy. He's a big asset to the series. He came back. He won last week. He's going to be a threat. But, you know, we're back. This is my home track in HIS. Thank Bob's and Gary Bear. What an awesome job they did on that track as the Busch South showed, and we backed it up with that show.
What an awesome restart.
Yeah, it's she's a hot rod, PCCW motors, and we got a lot of help with Goodyear this year, doing some tests for them. But I want to thank Burnham for the big sponsorship that we have, and happy Mother's Day to all them great mothers out there.
3 wins last year, scores his first in the 2nd race this season. Mike?
A win for Robbie Patterson Power and Brad Layton. Again, a winner at New Hampshire, Santerre. Kelly Moore came from the back on the last stop for 3rd. Dale Shaw started last, finished 4th. Matt Kovaluk spun and recovered for 5th. Johnson, Quarterly, Dion, and Olson. 18 cars on the lead lap at the finish.
And a lot of these cars starting at the rear of the field. So, again, we talked during the race, shows that you can pass here with the changes that have been made here in the corners.
You can't say enough right now about what the Bears have done here at New Hampshire Speedway, because now we can seriously do some racing when we come up here. And I'm just really looking forward to the Winston Cup cars coming up here in about another month or so and giving an opportunity to watch them race.
Paul Wolf, our outside post sitter, ends up way back after having problems there in the very beginning.
And the point standings will show Andy Santerre with a 30-point lead over Layton, 40 over Dale Shaw, Johnson, Kobaluk, and defending champ Mike Olson. So the first of 3 visits to New Hampshire for the Busch North Series, and Brad Layton is victorious, getting his 6th New Hampshire International Speedway win. For Larry McReynolds, Jeff Hammond, Matt Yoakum, and Dick Bergeron, I'm Mike Joy, congratulating Brad Layton on his Busch 125 victory at Loudon, New Hampshire.